Your riding segment in Rad Company landed you a cover of Dirt out in Fiji, not Bali. How was it out there shooting with Brandon?
It was incredible. It was a great experience. Those guys at Free Ride Entertainment, really professional, incredible crew, awesome. Then you got Brandon, debatably for me one of the most talented riders on a push bike in the world. So that was cool to ride with him and rip around Fiji on some trails they built. And from what I've seen so far, it's going to be pretty awesome. What they've done with the movie Rad Company. So I'm really excited as anyone to see it come out in a few days, and just pretty stoked I got to be part of it really. And it was hard work, and it was hot, and it was humid, and early mornings and late nights and blah blah blah. But when we were doing it, kind of hating it halfway through the days, you know, when you're sweating and you can't breathe and whatever. But the final product, I'm sure, is going to be amazing. Those guys are incredible at what they do, so I'm really excited to see.
What about, you were the only British rider on there. Did you get to ride with any other guys, or was it just you and Brandon?
For the movie?
Yeah.
It was just me and him. We actually had another shoot lined up in America, but unfortunately we didn't get to do that from a couple of reasons. But so it would have been cool to have two sections in there, you know, being a bit greedy, but one would definitely do, and the Fiji one turned out awesomely. So I guess I'm the only English guy in there, so that's kind of cool.
Any more plans in the future? You guys both, obviously got on well and ride pretty well together. So any more plans to do anything else?
None as of right now. But I'd be excited to go back to ride with him and be part of what he does. And hopefully, I'm gonna have a few little things coming up in the near future that might have to get him involved in. But for now, nothing planned. It's just I'm going to focus on my racing, and he's going to focus on his stunts and shit. So yeah, it's cool. It's an amazing opportunity, and I'll do it again.
So what's he like to ride with? He always seems pretty quiet, and he just does his thing. How's it like riding with him?
Yeah, it was amazing. He's an extremely calculated guy, and you can see that in his riding, and just never really seems to put a foot wrong, and everything's like how we would say scienced out. You know, he pretty much works everything out, which is cool to watch, and definitely got some balls on him, some skills, and yeah, it was a cool opportunity. And you know, we're both from completely different sides of the sport. But obviously, he's grown up in Whistler, for sure, ridden a lot of downhill in his time, and that shows when he's on his bike. And amazing rider, it's awesome.
You think you could beat him in a race?
Oh, I'd smoke him in a race, absolutely smoke him. But then it would come to the opposite way around. This is how I was thinking of it. Like, if he was to race, I'd beat him by a lot. But then if I was to do a slopestyle race, there'd just be no comparison. He'd just absolutely that way round, I'd get completely smoked and look stupid and have to go home and cry.
Was there anything that he set up that you didn't want to ride?
Luckily not. You know, I was thinking of that because he's obviously in a league above, so in that sort of stuff. But luckily it wasn't anything too gnarly, and just some cool little jumps everywhere and fun stuff for us to play on. So it was awesome. We had a great time, and yeah, luckily there wasn't anything too gnarly.
Good. No one crashed? You didn't nail yourself?
Both had a couple of good crashes. Probably just down to tiredness and fatigue more than anything else, really. You don't really see that guy crash too much, but he had a big one. I had a pretty big one over the bars into a lip. He washed out and ripped his elbow apart, and at super high speed. But yeah, luckily we both came out with no breaks, just a few cuts. But yeah, it's good.
Cool. Favourite bit of your section? Have you got a part that you know and you think that is the bit that...
No.
Obviously your cover of the mag was the best bit.
Obviously my cover of Dirt magazine was icing on the cake. Extremely happy about that. Just great surprise, and that's definitely going to be up on the wall in my house. I'd say a bit I'm most looking forward to in the movie would have to be where Brandon rode with Aggie in Kamloops. I haven't seen all the footage, but I've seen some pictures and the bit where Aggie's in the trailer where he's doing some wild table on his downhill bike. Pretty excited to see those boys ride Kamloops, which is a place I've always wanted to go and I've never been yet. So it's going to be exciting to watch that and see what those guys do.
Cool. All right. Thanks very much, Brendan.